guys seen the new Amazon Alexa update where you can whisper at it now, and it whispers back?
ASMR Alexa? Alexa, play Africa by Toto. Sorry, I got sidetracked and I forgot where I was going.
Sidetrack Bob.
Hi, Bar. Oh, what's that?
I am Bob. Oh, what's over there? You need something? Okay.
I do not associate with niggers.
I do not associate with... Go ahead, Grizzly.
Really?
Go ahead, Grizzly. You can hold the R, brother.
No, he can't.
Yeah, he can. He's so good at recruiting. Grizzly, come on.
One night, dude. Just one night.
Swear to God, every fucking time these goddamn white boys and their goddamn N-words.
The whites are
What
out
is
of
their
the
fascination with it?
Just all in a circle. Come on, just say it one time. Just say it one time.
I do not associate with...
He's just gripping his desk harder and harder.
Come on, Grizzly.
Fucking white people.
Come on,
Every
dog.
single time.
Come on, dog, say it.
I had to drive up to one of my friend's place. His fucking girlfriend, like, broke through a glass table and really, like, fucked up her leg. She ended up going to the hospital. I drove her to the fucking ER. And they had to, like, take x-rays and perform, like, this emergency surgery. And they asked her for, like, permission to, like, put, like, these metal...
Oh shit, a whole wish? Alright, time for the next samurai to be defeated. Ra, as in the Temple is Ra, BO4 zombies. The Winged Dragon. The Winged Dragon of Ra. What a Winged Dragon. Okay, if I drop on this, do you think I'll be able to hit him? Oh fuck, I fucked up so badly. You're getting corn. I want corn. Get me corn. What? Need 100 primo GMs, huh?
Cogs in her leg, and she kept refusing because it fucking freaked her out. I guess she just didn't associate with knee gears.
That's where that went. That is where that went. Holy shit.
Debating whether or not to put that in the video.
No,
The answer is no.
Shit down. You write this shit down. There's no way you just thought of that shit.
Just made it up.
Oh, thank God our token black guy is laughing. It's okay.
Yeah. That was what I was waiting for. I was like, is it okay for me to laugh, Chrissy? Let me know, Chief.
Yeah, affirmative.
You're not laughing? I'm not laughing either. That shit's not funny. That shit's not funny at all. You laughing? You laughing? All right, that's good.
You laugh now.
Good joke. But you're laughing though, right? You're laughing?
Is that why there was such a delay?
Yeah, I was like, all right, let's see what Grizzy feels about this, and we'll proceed from there.
It was literally 5 seconds of silence and a fucking bead of sweat rolling down my forehead.
Like that key and Peele gif of
Yeah.
sweating.
If we were all together in real life after you told that joke, I feel like all of our heads would just snap to Grizzy to see what his reaction was.
No, when it all came
You're
together,
back.
I was grinning from the beginning. I was just like, it really came around to that fast.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going there at all.
I sniggered a little bit. I laughed at that.
What?
It is coming into springtime here in New Zealand, and the weather is hot. Grizzy's here, reporting for the day. Grizzy?
It's fucking hot out.
Thank you, Grizzy.
How did you mess up?
It's fucking hot.
Why do we have 3 anime characters?
Eligible South Australian homeowners are getting paid to go solar. So how does it work? The government is handing over thousands of dollars to homeowners to install solar power. You don't need to pay a cent up front for the installation. You simply use your future power bills to pay whatever the government rebate doesn't cover. Plus, your power company pays you for any excess power that your solar panels generate that you don't use in your home. This means that if you qualify, you are guaranteed to save money from the...
Oh my god, dude, what was that thing called? Was it like 007?
Yes!
He was quick.
Hey, Fish, you're getting into vaporwave now, huh? Or is that just like your new meme?
It was just a theme for that one video. I'm thinking of like bringing in random video themes.
Today's video theme is
Racism.
Anime. Oh. We all went very different words there.
All three are very good choices, though. We can combine all three.
I never really expected.
Dude, I have good internet now. It's my first time playing in my new place.
This is like your first time playing on good thing because you're not playing with people
200
halfway across.
It's 200.
Yeah. It's been years for you, hasn't it?
Dude, I'm on good internet now. I hit rubber bands across half the map.
oh, he's a child.
Excuse me, young man. How are you?
I'm doing gay.
You're doing gay? What's that supposed to mean? How do you do gay? Are you saying like happy? You're gay. Where did you find this out? It sounds like you didn't even hit puberty yet. Hey, excuse me, ascend north? If you were gay, wouldn't it be more like ascend south?
I apologize in advance for playing Office.
Office is the best map. What are you talking about?
No, it's not.
Okay, so Sparrow, I type in RAC into YouTube, and the first thing that comes up, racist zombies. Not that?
Headlines in the media go on and on about Tesla, but they're not telling you the really big story behind it all. And it's not self-driving cars.
Like the video and subscribe right now. I'll show you a flying doggo. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Who deserves the seat? Flip the chair over and everyone has a seat. Where do you men look when you've got a girl bent over doing doggy? At the other people on the bus? Planes were invented in 1903. Trains were invented in 1804. Babies before 1804. Here comes the plane. I wish the average penis size is 4 millimeters. Granted, yours is now so minuscule it brings down the world's average to 4 millimeters. I did the math. Hopefully it was correct. Now his size is around minus 472 billion millimeters. Yup, that's a vagina. It's 415 stretching through your ass all the way from here to Mars. And to be. If animals can talk, everybody would become vegan. I mean humans can talk, but that doesn't stop me. It's gonna be okay. Everyone makes mistakes. Now go tell that family you're the reason their son died. If trees could scream, would we be so cavalier about cutting them down? We might, if they screamed all the time, for no good reason. I hope they'll never talk, or I need to have an embarrassing talk with the oak in my garden that has this big hole. Pro tip, kick the tree to make sure there are no squirrels in the hole. Even pro tip, don't try the same with women, unless requested. Squirrels in the hole are a bonus though. Jellyfish. Do they bleed? No. Then it's a flashlight. These best friends got the same haircut to trick their teacher, so she wouldn't be able to tell them apart. Guess who? About to guess correctly. US police. That puma looks like a Disney princess trapped in a puma's body. Look at her eyes. Maybe that's why he's banging it. Homeless man comes up to a beautiful girl about to jump off a bridge. Says to her, "You wanna duck one last time before you go?" She says, "Why would I do that? That's disgusting. I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot poly creep." He says, "That's alright, I'll be waiting for you at the bottom anyway." Suicide prevention 100. I hate using plastic, so I pick up my dog's shit with my bare hands. I wish more people would actually care about the earth. But then you gotta throw it in the trash that uses plastic bags. Just eat it like me, bro. Dear man, what the duck you want for your birthday / gifts in general? Head, it's her brother's birthday. For 10 seconds, stop what you're doing and just listen. What do you hear? Thanks for this. Turns out the hostage was screaming again. Why Velma have to have that dump truck though? What episode is this? Please respond. The man who modeled the giants-inspiring model them after his father. I wonder how he feels about everyone eating his dad's toes. Bitcoin ain't the only thing going up. Sperm cost is skyrocketing. Your balls are a gold mine. My sock's net worth is higher than Ellen's. Sometimes your shadow is having more fun than you. Are the 4 stages of relationship? GTA in VR would be so badass. It's called Minipolis. Mine. A sexually transmitted terminal disease. No, he's got a point. At least I can say I've cured hundreds of terminally ill people in court now. Selling my cow he ain't no. Yet I think he's Spanish. Please tell me he doesn't try to milk the dog. What are some sequels which are better than the original? World War II, cause it had a more memorable villain. Finally got my coquette D10 in real life. That's so crazy. The other day I lived out my GTA fantasy and murdered a hooker. Small world. Friend bought a Rent 64 game. Found this inside. Dr. Mario, the N is for narcotics. Don't shoot, I'm an imp. No, please. Pat. Pats more intensely, so you're new. A. Unzips pants. What is this? Wrong answers only. Kurt Cobain's toothbrush. Long ago a wolf explained to his son, "Eat a man and you'll be fed for a day. Whimper and roll over and play dead, and he'll feed you for a lifetime." And the next day the wolf woke up to find his balls missing. This is my cat. This is not my house. Happens with my girlfriend all the time. What is the least ethically valid way to acquire $1 million? Steal petrol from a parked ambulance, pour it onto a bunch of endangered animals in a nature reserve, and set them on fire. The forest fire spreads, and the firefighters arrive. You shoot them with tranquilizers and harvest their organs, but you sell them for meat, not for transplants. If you snort a person's ashes like cocaine, you gain their knowledge. Then why am I still stupid? I'm sorry. What? You didn't choose the right people. My old family home. There's a lot of furry friends laid to rest in this yard. For a second I thought you said there's a lot of furries laid to rest in this yard. We kept those in the cellar. Featured comment. Kiribu. Me. Enters the girls' bathroom. Girls. Ask me out. Me. I'm aware of the effect I have on women.
Hey guys, this guy got us. Look guys, it's tax time, and what a lot of Australians don't know is super boost the tax return. I'm talking tens of thousands of dollars extra in the tax return. 7 years, 10 years.
If you want to be featured in the next video, use #dankness. A comment on a YouTube video. This is funny. I went to a private high school in Mexico, and literally I was the only known pot smoker in the school. The teachers, the principal, everyone knew. and they were super chill about it. One day they announced that the cops were gonna pass a dog through each classroom, and my math teacher literally helped me climb out through the window and hid me in his car. It helped that I had all A's and was an active member of many clubs in my school. I was a known serial killer at my school, and the chemistry teacher helped me dispose of the bodies. I only killed the failing students, so they were cool with it. Brought up the average test scores. Please, why does it look like my dog has butt cheeks? I'm wheezing. I'm trying to catch a squirrel, but I'm dummy thick and the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting it. Just learned our 9-year-old did an experiment on us. Lost tooth, told no one for 3 days, kept tooth under his pillow. No money. Then he tells us he lost the tooth. Next night there is money under his pillow. Then confronted us with his scientific evidence that the tooth fairy isn't real. Science 100. When I was a kid, I bought one of those raid alarms you put on your keychain. That when you pull it makes a really loud noise. Taped it to the bottom of my pillow, and attached the bag with my tooth in it. Caught my mom in the act. Sucks that she got away with raiding you all those other times. British urgently want the blood of Irish people. NHS say it is vital that Irish people in Britain step forward to donate blood. Alads not again. Why do these crows look like they're in the middle of a high-profile drug deal? Because they are black. It's just gay porn. It's not gonna kill ya. Iranian here. I beg to differ. Fair enough. Oh my goodness, you guys. I got accepted into art and design high school in New York. World War III prevented. My apple broke the apple cutter and now I have a weapon. Keeps the doctor away. Finally, competitive shitting. Do you prefer versus or co-op shitting? More of a solo gameplay enjoyer. Don't want your teammates stealing any potential. Russian soldier handing cat to a kid. Sorry kid, we run out of MREs, but you can eat this. Pit bulls are vicious creatures. Pit bulls in reality. Gotta wash the toddler blood off. Slavery. Past. Present. Modern slaves are not in chains. They are in debt. I really hate it when the credit card company whips me. Rides my wife. Vaccinated or not, please remember to wear deodorant. The last time I showered was in 2014 June 6, when I was forced to clean the blood on my body after several murders I had committed. How could you go for 7 years without murder though? If anyone wants to know how my weekend went, I totaled my car while dressed up as Carrie, and everyone who was a first responder thought I was dead and had a rhyme, so sorry. I legit thought that this is a Princess Diana joke. Do you think the Queen has ever sucked dick? Not sure about the whole band, but Freddie Mercury definitely did. Remember when you were young and your sister would have her friends over, and you would try to piss loud as duck, so they thought you had a big dick? Don't need to if your sister is already bragging to her friends about your big dick. When Elastigirl comes home a little too stretchy. Everyone talking about how easy it would be for Elastigirl to give birth. But what about when Elastigirl was birthed? She probably just slipped out like a deflated balloon and kinda splattered into the doctor's hands. What are you doing, Senpai? Killing the Jewess. I found my ex-girlfriend's body in the morgue I work at. It was very awkward. Still giving you the silent treatment? The cold shoulder? Did she ghost you? Finally get that breakup, Shreks. I once had a dream where Hitler was a shonen anime protagonist and he and Mahatma Gandhi teamed up to defeat John Cena. But John Cena has 3 tits, and you can see all of them. Go on. No, don't do it. Pathetic. The numbers are too low. Yeah, and where are the cats, dogs, and pigeons? Google versus Bing. Google. Bing. They ate the green one. Correction, they smoked the green one. Halloween 2019. My Superman and his Supergirl. I thought Smallville was in Kansas, not in Alabama. Germany is closing 84 coal plants to save the planet, making this the second time Germany tries to save the world. Well, how else are you going? Explain the breeding system to them. I've decided. Baby 6 is due Valentine's Day. My top spending fan, at birth time, will have the naming rights to this one. We're out of name ideas, so have some fun with this. Mom, why is my name use the 18-inch dildo? Fix that for you. If you had a ridiculous penis-related power, what would it be? To shoot cum ropes like Spider-Man's webs and swing down New York City like a porn star who got bit by a radioactive vagina. My boyfriend died last year, so I'm just trying to get back in the dating scene really. Damn, that's sad. On our first date we should use a Ouija board to get his permission to smash. What the duck is wrong with you? What's the appropriate response to seeing boobs? Shrug and continue with the autopsy. Ah well, your app name is Lil than the last thing you masturbated to. Lil girls. Wait. Lil pregnant dwarf. Is that the truth? How to catch a cat. 1. Bring an empty box. 2. Wait. If you use a van with candy inside it'd work with humans too. Would you punch your best friend for $1 million? Girls, knew a while of my bestie. Boys. For $1 million I would ducking rip off his foreskin and eat it. You guys are getting paid to do that. Too dangerous to be sold at Walmart. Now only available at Michael's. What game ruins the most relationships? Russian roulette. My girlfriend and I played that once. We had Shreks after, even though she lost. Hold up. If I could give an award, you would get one. When you tell your boyfriend a joke and the girl under his bed starts laughing too. The bodies that I hide under my bed don't laugh though. Einstein calculating the radius of curvature of that ass. It was his cousin / aunt. Theory of relativity. Please do not the cat. Please do not the cat. Please do not the cat. I did the cat. The cat walking funny.
Hey, check this out.
3 days ago, I closed on my first client, a local realtor, and just now received a notification that my second has paid their...
Women of Reddit. What is a 100% myth about women? Guy here. You hear a lot about how women love eye contact, but trust me, no woman I've met liked it when I touched her eyes. Being pregnant, you technically have 2 hearts inside of you. This makes you a Time Lord. If you're pregnant with twin boys, you technically have 2 dicks inside of you. This makes you a popular category on certain websites. Thanks, I hate my sister's cake. At least it isn't OnlyFans. If you get married in Japan then fly to Hawaii and immediately die after you land, your marriage certificate will be dated after your death certificate. Weekend plans. Manhole cover in Wiesbaden, Germany. That's less a manhole cover and more an entrance to an underground Shrek's dungeon. Who a manhole? What's inside? More manholes. What are 3 things to buy at a gas station to make the cashier uncomfortable? Fun or laxative? Condoms. Cows have best friends, and they become stressed if they are separated from them. That's why I always make sure I cook at least 2 steaks at the same time. 2012. Much of the population was in absolute shock / traumatized over Miley Cyrus being nude, riding a wrecking ball. Everyone from boomers to even millennials over the indecency and vapidity. 2021. BDSM. DDLG. Larlican. Liff and E thoughts objectifying their feet, while dressed as cat Gerald lolly maids are all shoved in our faces. Everyone is bragging about rimming / eating ass, and the majority of people are either left unfazed, or consider it to be left feminist empowerment. What happened? some monkey died or something, I don't know. Edit. For clarification, I was talking about Haram, not making a racist joke about the Floydster. A woman puts on this dress when she cleans her house, and the reason is that she told her 2 children who are terrified of her that this leopard woman is visiting our house to clean. If you don't make the house dirty, she won't come back. Gonna be funny when they get old enough to run and grab daddy's gun. Mute man stabs second mute man on Seattle sidewalk. There can be only one. Yeah, Shrex is cool.
Well, oh no, I can tell
Like
a
your
bit.
dad say he's proud of you. Only when we are having Shreks. The Taliban has billions in US weapons, including Black Hawk helicopters, and up to 600,000 rifles. People acting like they know how to fly the US aircraft. I guess the mother duckers on 9/11 didn't know how to fly US aircraft either. You've been visited by Cute Shark. You will be blessed with protection from shark attacks, but only if you comment. I like you too, Sharky. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to subscribe for more daily videos.
Today we have interviewed a popular YouTuber, the Malaysian Ranch, aka Matt, who has more than 10 million followers. Now he is invited to be Warpath's munitions expert.
For the realistic war experience, the realistic maps, and the authentic weapons. In the new Air Force update, there's more than 40 new aircraft that come in the game. And the social aspect's really cool. There's alliances you can join to socialize with other players in the game. And I will...
So, you have a movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. It's based on a book series about vampires. Oh, vampires are extremely cool. Yeah, not these ones, though. Oh, they're not? No, they're not. You know how vampires, like, turn to dust when they're exposed to sunlight? Yeah. Well, these ones sparkle like beautiful little diamonds. Okay. What about mirrors? Do they, like, show up in mirrors? Yep, these ones certainly do, sir. They seem to be quite amused by them in certain instances as well. Okay, do they do, like, the basic vampire thing of sucking blood out of people? These ones try not to. They call themselves vegetarians. Oh, okay. Most of them go to high school. I gotta say, I'm not loving this concept so far. Well, the books have sold millions of copies to brand-loyal preteens with disposable income. Okay, I gotta say, I'm loving this concept so far. I thought you might. So what happens with these sparkly bad boys? Well, the movie's gonna follow this girl, Bella Swan. Oh, and what's she like? What do you mean? Like, what's her character? What's her personality? Oh, no, that doesn't apply here. What? Yeah, no, she's just as plain as can be, so the girls in the audience can just transpose their personalities onto her. Oh, okay, yeah, that's smart. Yeah, so she's just the blankest slate you can imagine. Aren't the other characters gonna find her boring, though? No, they're all gonna freak out when she walks into a room like she's the greatest thing ever. Oh, they are? Yeah, like at the beginning of the movie, she's starting at a new school, and all the guys are all over her, and all the girls are like, oh my god, hi. Wow. So anyway, then she's gonna find out about this family called the Cullens that go to her high school, and they're all secretly vampires. Do they look like they're of high school age? No, they're all clearly in their 20s. So why go to high school? To blend in. Do they blend in? No, they don't. Seems like it'd be better for vampires to not go to high school. What if a student gets a paper cut? Oh, well, then it would be over for sure. Right, so why do they go to high school? Because that's where the main character spends her time, and I need them to interact. Oh, yeah, okay, gotcha. That's all you had to say. So anyway, Bella develops this romantic thing with one of the vampires, this guy, Edward Cullen. How does that start? Well, she walks into class, and he looks like he's about to vomit, so that... really kicks things off. Oh, romantic puking is tight. Yeah, so then he's like super rude to her, and he stares at her like he pooped his pants, and he's trying to see if she noticed. Undeniably romantic. It is, so obviously they fall deeply in love with each other because of the poop stares and the meanness. Yeah, and also he saves her from being pancaked by a van and then gaslights her about it ever happening. So does she find out that he's a vampire? Yeah, eventually she figures it out. How does she do that? She Googles it. Oh, characters learning stuff via search engines. That's one of my favorite things to watch. It is very cinematic for sure. So then she confronts him about it. She's like, yeah, I know you're a vampire. What does he say? Well, he's like, you shouldn't love me, Bella. I'm like 100 years old and I've killed people. Oh my god, he's 100? Yeah, he's 100 years old, and he's like, I've been watching you sleep every night for months. I, a very old man, have been breaking into your room and watching you sleep. So she realizes how horrifying this is and distances herself? No, she goes with the exact opposite of that. Oh, really? Yeah, she's like a bull. She just sees a red flag and runs at it. It sounds that way. Yeah, so then they're officially dating, so they start to do like romantic stuff. What kind of stuff are we talking? Well, he gives her some piggyback rides, they climb some trees, just vampire stuff. Wow. There's also this guy Jacob, right? And he's not gonna do much in this movie, but in the next one, he's gonna be a werewolf. Oh, interesting. Yeah, and there's gonna be a love triangle, because this guy has visible abs, so that automatically makes him a love interest. Very cool, and if we're lucky, fans will, like, take sides, you know? Some will be Team Edward, some will be Team Jacob. My thoughts exactly, sir. There's gonna be a huge debate over which one of these two monsters gets to hook up with a teenage girl. Wow, now that you phrase it like that, I hate it to my very core. Oh, whoopsie. But anyway, eventually it's gonna turn out that he was never in love with her. He was just kind of like in love with their unborn child. What? Yeah, eventually when she gets pregnant, he's gonna be like, oh, I am vibing with that fetus. That's my girl right there. Oh my god. So anyway, back to this movie. Bella's gonna get to know Edward's family and go play vampire baseball. I'm sorry, I thought you said vampire baseball, but that's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. So what did you actually say? Vampire baseball. Baseball with vampires. Oh, I did hear correctly. Okay, carry on. Yeah, so they do that for a bit, but then because something should probably happen in this thing, some bad vampires show up. What's their deal? Well, this one vampire, James, becomes obsessed with Bella, like, right away. How come? Because she's the main character. Right. Yeah, so we find out that this James guy is, like, the deadliest vampire there is. He's gonna stop at nothing to get what he wants. Well, sounds like it's gonna be tough to stop him. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, see, they have, like, a little scuffle with him at a dance studio, and then his head pops clean off. Oh, well, good. So then they go to prom, and Bella's like, turn me into a vampire, you coward. And he's like, no, it's the first movie. I can't do that yet. You definitely want to save that for later. Yeah, and then it just kind of ends. So what do you think? Well, it sounds like we're going to be able to manipulate teenage girls into giving us money, so I'm happy. Great. Although I do kind of feel bad for whoever we end up casting as Edward Cullen. Yeah, it is going to be tough to book any badass movie roles after being known as the sparkly vampire dude. So, you have a Twilight sequel for me? Yes, sir, I do. This one's called New Moon, and it's gonna start with a shot of a moon. Oh, everything's making a ton of sense so far. Off to a good start. Yeah, so in this movie, Bella's gonna start being scared about growing older while Edward stays the same age. All right. But then Edward's like, you know, Bella, technically I'm 109. Oh, right, yeah. And jokingly, she's like, well, maybe I shouldn't be dating such an old man, you know? It's gross, so... No, that's going to be a funny little moment. That's absolutely correct, though. Anyway, then in class, they're going to be talking about Romeo and Juliet, and Edward's going to be like, the only way for a vampire to kill himself is to go in front of this committee in Italy. Oh, I wonder if that completely unnatural thing to say is going to come into play later in the movie. It is, actually. Oh, my God, what? I'm a writer. Wow, I guess you kind of are. And so later, the Cullens are going to have a birthday party for Bella, and she's going to get a paper cut on some wrapping paper, so that just starts dripping blood. Not really how paper cuts usually play out. Well, this one's gonna frickin' drip blood, so Jasper, he's just gonna go nuts. Uh-oh. Yeah, so you know Edward has to step in and protect her. How does he do that? Well, he's gonna push Jasper away, but not before hurling Bella across the room into the wall and making her bleed even more. Oh, wow, probably didn't need to shove her. That part seemed unnecessary. Yeah, probably could have just done the pushing Jasper part, but he's gonna go ahead and injure Bella too. Well, okay then. So then Edward's gonna realize that it's too dangerous for them to be dating, you know? If he really wants to protect her, he has to break up with her. Oh, very sad. Yeah, so he brings her to this forest where hikers keep getting violently killed and breaks up with her and leaves. He leaves her alone in the death forest so she'll be safe. That's right, yeah, and so she gets lost and collapses and a shirtless guy picks her up. Wow, off to a terrible start in the I Gotta Protect Bella project. Yeah, so she's gonna be so sad, she's basically gonna be comatose and expressionless. More than usual? More than usual, yeah, she's basically gonna be in a sadness coma and sit in a chair for 3 months. I guess that'll be fun to watch. It might be. And so anyway, one day she realizes that when she does reckless things, she gets visions of Edward, so she decides she's gonna do that kind of thing from now on. Feels like maybe there are deeper mental issues going on there. Probably. So anyway, she's gonna start fixing up this old motorcycle with Jacob, and he has muscles now, so he has value as a human being and can be a love interest. Oh, he's worth something now. That's nice. Yeah, we're gonna have this little montage of them working on the bike together. She orders a pizza and throws a slice at him, and we're gonna transition into him catching a tool. What? Why would we? Well, it's gonna be a cool transition. Right, but it involves her whipping a slice of pizza across the room. Who does that? I don't know, but it's gonna be a cool transition. Well, okay then. Anyway, then she finally takes the bike out and has like 5 visions of Edward and immediately crashes and bashes her head on a rock. Oh, she's absolutely the worst. And then Jacob pops his shirt off to help, you know, like a normal person. Sure. And then he shows her all his abs and rubs her open wound with a dirty, sweaty t-shirt. Very romantic and probably infected. Yeah, so they start getting closer and closer, but Jacob has a secret. Oh, he does? Yeah, he's like, Bella, have you ever had a secret that you couldn't tell anyone? That's how all secrets work. It is, yeah. So what is it? Well, let's just say he spends a whole lot of time in the woods with very muscular, shirtless went on. Yeah, he's a werewolf. Oh, he is. Okay, I was way off. Yeah, werewolves rarely wear shirts. It's the werewolfing. It gets torn to shreds. Well, what about their pants? Well, sir, unless you want to talk about the technicalities of werewolf junk, I'm gonna need you to get all the way off my back about pants. Oh, okay, let me get off of that thing. And she wants to kill Bella because her boyfriend James was killed in the first movie. Oh. Buddies keep chasing her away, and she dives off a cliff to escape. Oh, werewolves can't jump off cliffs, huh? Actually, that's the one activity we've established that they love to do. The exact same time Bella decides to jump Diamonds Victoria, so, you know, it's pretty dangerous. Wow, so what does she do? Well, she bashes her own head on a rock and passes out and has to be rescued. Oh, that is very well, she's unconscious. I don't know. Fair enough. So anyway, then Alice shows up because she had a vision of Bella jumping off a cliff like an idiot and thought she was dead. Okay. And then Edward calls Bella's house, but Jacob picks up the phone. Who answers somebody else's phone? Characters that need to create misunderstandings to drive the plot. Earlier in the movie, Jacob tells Edward that Bella's father is arranging a funeral. Then he hangs up the phone. Oh, so Edward thinks Bella is dead? He does, and now he wants to die too. Oh, it's like Romeo and Juliet. What? So what does Edward do? Well, he goes to this vampire committee called the Volturi, and he's like, hey, please kill me. I'd like to die. And they're like, no. Oh, very mean of them. So now Edward has to find a way to make them kill him. Oh, so what does he do? Well, his plan is to take off his clothes in a public place, because apparently if people see a sparkly shirtless dude, they'll assume he's a vampire. Oh, exposing yourself in front of a crowd is next week. I'm pleading non-guilty, but there is a ton of video evidence. Well, okay then. Anyway, so Bella manages to get there in time. And he's like, you know, Bella, when I said I was leaving, you let me go, so you must not love me. Oh, that's a textbook manipulation and abuse tactic. The relationship is very unhealthy, yeah. So anyway, now the Volturi have changed their mind, and they do want to kill him. Uh-oh. Yeah, and they want to kill Bella, too, because she knows too much. Man, gonna be tough to get out of that situation. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, because as they're killing Edward, Bella's like, no, kill me instead. And, you know, that convinces them to let them all go. I thought they were gonna kill her, too. Yeah, I don't know. Well, okay, then. So then the Cullen family, they all agree to turn Bella into a vampire. Oh, very cool. And then we're gonna have this huge moment where Edward is like, okay, well, before we turn you into a vampire, you gotta do something for me. What is it? He's like, marry me. And then she gasps, and we cut to black. Oh, yeah, we get out of there on that shocking reveal. You know, I feel like agreeing to transform her into an immortal vampire is slightly bigger than a marriage proposal. Yeah, but this is like a cliffhanger. Is she gonna say yes? Well, she's already agreed to be a vampire with him forever. That's not even a question. Well, we're gonna cut to black. So what do you think? Well, it sounds like something the fans are gonna like a lot, and, you know, hopefully the actors like it just... So, you have a movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. And this one's gonna be called Eclipse. Oh, sounds like a weird name for a movie. That's not something any rational person would stare at. Well, it's the name of the third book, sir. Our hands are tied. Oh, yeah? Why? Who did this? I don't know. I don't have any suspects at the moment, unfortunately, sir. Yeah, I mean, hopefully we track them down soon. So anyway, at the end of the last movie, Edward proposed to Bella, right? That's right, sir. And in this movie, he's gonna do that again. What? Did she say no?
Welcome to Marvel Strike Force. Today we're going to show you how to unlock two of Marvel's strongest and coolest characters, Wolverine and Hulk. And we're also going to show you how to get them to max power. Sit back, because we're using daily objectives and achievements to add these heroes to your roster. Wolverine and Hulk have known each other since the beginning, starting with the Incredible Hulk number 181. The Super Tough Twosome have an iconic history together in the original Marvel Comics, with Wolverine's first appearance coming not as a member of the X-Men, but in the pages of the Incredible Hulk, as an agent of the Canadian government sent to take down Bruce Banner's rampaging alter ego. This is a great way to include both of the meanest and toughest heroes in the Marvel Universe as essential additions to your Strike Force lineup. Both of these guys can take a ton of damage and return the favor in kind, making them rather useful for beating even the toughest foes. So, how do you unlock these guys? Well, let's start with Wolverine. The only way to earn the character shards needed to unlock the Adamantium Enhanced Brawler is through Marvel Strike Force's daily objectives. This is a list of 11 tasks that are simple to complete and remain the same every day, so you'll always know what you need to do. You can also refer to these as dailies. Just make sure that each day you play at least 2 arena battles and 2 blitz battles. You'll also need to purchase at least 3 supplies using your gold or power cores, but these don't need to be expensive. There are always 3 items priced at just 2,500 gold in the supply store, and stockpiling these will also help you with another daily objective. That's because equipping a gear item on a character and leveling a character up are 2 more daily objectives that are easily met. These don't have to be high level, so scroll down your roster and you're sure to find some lower level characters who have equipment slots ready to be filled with items you already own and have plenty of extra supply. Look for the bright green cross. That means you're ready to equip straight away as opposed to needing to forge gear from parts. The same is true of leveling up. You can meet the objective just by taking a new character from level 1 to level 2, which costs minimal training modules and gold to do this. The remaining objectives are just as streamlined. Whenever you beat a campaign mission with a 3-star rating, you can quickly auto-win that mission from that point on. Do this 3 times to meet 1 daily objective, and it's also a quick way of meeting the other objectives by playing 3 heroes and villains missions, and playing 10 campaign missions in total. Basically, you get to save time if you 3-star a battle before. You also need to open 2 orbs, and if you're logging into the game for the first time that day, there should be 2 free basic orbs just waiting for you to tap them and unleash the goodies within. Then it's just a matter of playing 2 daily challenges, and you should be doing that anyway, because who doesn't like free stuff? You can auto-win these as well, which saves time if you're impatient. Complete all these daily objectives, and along with the rest of your rewards, you're going to get 5 Wolverine shards. It takes 45 of these shards to unlock him, so you're only looking at 9 days before you can add him to your roster. But that's only the beginning. Keep on adding those shards every day to keep powering him up until he hits 7 stars. Luckily, this doesn't change, so it's super simple. Because of his self-healing factor, Wolverine can be quite formidable in Arena early on in your progression. You can feel safe investing gear and resources into him, as he can also be used in late-game special events, like Asteroid M, to earn shards from Magneto. The same principle applies to unlocking Hulk, though this one takes a little while longer. Hulk shards are only obtainable by beating achievements, and these were...
She says no, sir, and she keeps saying no, because a lot of marriages end in divorce, you know? It's a big commitment. But her main motivation is to be an immortal vampire with him forever, for eternity. That's right, sir. No, I feel like that doesn't make any sense. How is this even a conflict? Listen, sir, the story had to be stretched out for money purposes, right? So I'm gonna need you to get all the way off my back about manufactured, meaningless conflict. Oh, okay, let me get off of that thing. I do like money purposes. They're the only purposes that matter, sir. Also, in this movie, Jacob's kind of fighting for Bella's love. He wants to be the one she chooses. But didn't the last movie end with him being like, okay, looks like Bella's with Edward now? Oh my god, that's so weird. Wow, what's going on? I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but it kind of feels like you're back on my back about manufactured conflict. Oh, I accidentally got back on that thing, didn't I? I apologize. Thanks, sir. So anyway, in this movie, that red-headed vampire, Victoria, whose face has just completely changed for some reason, is on her way to kill Bella, because she's obsessed with her. Right, why is that again? Well, she's the main character. Right. So in Seattle, Victoria, she's working on building an army of newborns. Oh, going to war with babies is tight. No, newborns are the people that were just recently turned into vampires. Oh, okay. Yeah, Alice has a vision that the army's moving towards them, and they're gonna be in Forks, Washington in 4 days. 4 days? Isn't that like a 4-hour drive? It is, yeah. Can vampires not drive? No, they can drive. I mean, even if they walk, that's a 2-day walk. I don't know what to tell you, sir. It's gonna take them 4 days. They're gonna come out of the water. Oh, very slow vampires. And so since Jasper knows all about newborns, he's gonna lead a kind of training session. Which one was Jasper again? Well, he became a vampire during the Civil War, and he's the youngest of the Cullen clan. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, and so the actor's gonna have to do a southern accent, and we're gonna have some flashbacks to him during the Civil War. Do you think it matters that he wasn't at all doing a southern accent in the first 2 movies? No, it's probably fine. Oh, okay, good. Yeah. Any other side characters getting random flashbacks in this thing? Actually, I'm glad you brought that up, because Rosalie's gonna get one too. Which one's she again? Well, she's one of the vampires, sir. I'm almost sure of it. Nice. Anyway, she's telling Bella about how she didn't get to choose to become a vampire. Her life was absolutely perfect, and she didn't want to become one. Oh, absolutely perfect, huh? Those are strong words. What was her life like? Well, she was super in love with this guy. Oh, nice. Yeah, and then he, assaulted her with a bunch of his friends and left her to die. Oh, my God. Just an absolutely perfect life, That's not, that word doesn't mean that. Anyway, then she got turned into a vampire and killed all her assaulters one by one and saved her ex-boyfriend for last and killed him while wearing a wedding dress. Oh, that actually sounds a whole lot more interesting of a movie than the one we're making. Definitely. Do you think that's a bad sign? No, it's probably fine. Oh, okay, good. Oh, and Bella's also going to be told about some werewolf history. Oh, yeah? What does she learn? Well, there was this big fight with the vampires, but this one lady, she saves the last spirit warrior of the tribe by distracting a vampire with her own blood. Oh, smart. Yeah, and so she dies because the way she got blood was to stab herself in the stomach for some reason. Oh, did she not know that other parts of the body have blood in them too? I guess not. Whoops. Whoopsie. So anyway, the vampires are going to get the werewolves to come train with them because everybody's coming together to protect Bella. So a bunch of humans in Seattle are dying and a bunch of vampires and a bunch of werewolves are preparing to die. Yeah, and coming together despite a rivalry that spans centuries. Right, all that. But so like why? Well, sir, like I said, she is the main character. Oh, yeah. For a bunch of vampires and werewolves and innocent humans, all because Bella's on the movie poster. That is an important character trait. So anyway, then there's gonna be the big training scene with the vampires and the werewolves. A training scene, huh? What's that like? Well, the vampires push each other around for a couple of hours while the werewolves watch. And that's helpful for everybody? Apparently Apparently so. Well, great. Yeah, and then it's time for a fight. Oh, very exciting. I can't wait to see the main characters in some action scenes. Oh, well, actually, the main characters, they're gonna go camping. What? Yeah, they want to get Bella away from the action, and so Jacob goes along to mask her scent, and also Edward's there. And they go camping? They do. They go to the top of a mountain, but you know what happens there? It gets cold. So as the side characters are battling vampires, the main characters are gonna battle, hypothermia. They are, and since Edward is a cold vampire, Jacob's gonna have to cuddle with Bella to keep her warm. I'd sure like to see them fight a vampire army, though. Well, we're gonna have Jacob spoon Bella and make eye contact with Edward, which is just as exciting as a vampire fight. Is it, though? So anyway, the next morning, Jacob finds out that Bella finally said yes to Edward's marriage proposal, so he's all pissed. Oh, he is? Yeah, he doesn't want to take no for an answer. He's like, I know you love me, you just don't want to admit it. And that's romantic. It sure is, sir. And then he's like, maybe I'll go get myself killed in the fight if you don't choose me. Kind of feels like emotional manipulation. Actually, it's romance, if you say so. Then she kisses him, so he stays, then he just leaves anyway. I can't help but feel like this is putting some weird messages out into the world. Yeah, messages of love. Yeah. And then we're gonna show some snippets of the fight with the newborns, and then Victoria is gonna find Bella and Edward. Oh, wow, how'd she find them? Well, she could smell Edward, so she tracked him down pretty easily. They went through all that trouble of masking Bella's scent, but Edward's scent was traceable the whole time. That's right, sir. Very dumb protagonists. And then it's time for our frickin' showdown with Victoria. Now, is it gonna be tough to beat her? We've built this showdown up for 3 movies. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yes, Bella does the foreshadowy thing we shoved in everybody's faces earlier. And does Bella stab herself in the stomach like that lady did? No, didn't it? So she cuts that instead of her stomach. Very smart. Yeah, so then Victoria's head just kind of comes off. Oh, yeah, just kind of comes off. So that's all done. That's all over with. Just pops right off. Okay, great. And then those evil Volturi vampires, they show up and they're like, guess what? We're gonna be in the next movie. Very ominous. Also, Jacob breaks some bones, which doesn't really affect anything, and that's it. Yeah, well, it sounds like it's gonna make money. Probably. Kinda makes me sad that there's only one book left to adapt. Yeah, I wish there was a way we could squeeze some extra money out of it.
We're getting pretty sleepy. We'll be up to bed soon.
We've been best buds for 10 years. Shouldn't you come to my place and play AFK Arena?
Well, my girlfriend's got...
So, you have a Twilight movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. Amazing. Final book, final movie. It's all very exciting. Well, actually, I thought we could squeeze 2 movies out of the final book. Really? Can we do that? Harry Potter did it. Well, that's true. There was a lot going on in the final Harry Potter book, though. Is there enough content in the final Twilight book to make 2 movies? Not really, no. So why would we? Well, because of money. Oh, money. That's the thing that I like. It sure is, sir. So what's going to happen in part 1 of this thing? Not much. Oh, really? Yeah, basically, Edward and Bella are going to get married, so that's going to take about 30-40 minutes. Oh, incredibly slow pace. Yeah. Is there any conflict or drama or anything like that? Not really, no. Well, at a certain point, Jacob is going to come out of the woods as a surprise for Bella. Well, why didn't he just show up to the wedding like a normal person? What a weirdo. Oh, you have no idea. He's going to get real weird real soon. Uh-oh. Anyway, Bella tells him that her and Edward plan on getting, intimate before she even becomes a vampire, and so Jacob gets really mad. Right, isn't that incredibly dangerous? Doesn't that go against everything Edward's been saying about trying to protect Bella? Yeah, but we need something in this movie, so characters are just gonna kind of do stuff. And why can't they just wait until after she's turned into a vampire? Well, because they need to go on their honeymoon, right? And she doesn't want to spend that time in pain turning into a vampire. Well, people can have their honeymoon whenever they want. It doesn't have to be immediately after the wedding. Well, we're gonna have it be immediately after the wedding, because otherwise there's literally no story here. Well, okay then. So anyway, they go to this private island, and the next 40 minutes is gonna be them on their honeymoon, just kind of, being on a honeymoon. They play a lot of chess. Oh, really stretching it thin here. Oh, so thin, sir. The thinnest. Wow. Anyway, so then Bella's gonna end up getting pregnant. What? Isn't Edward dead? He is, yeah. Aren't all his bodily fluids venom? They are venomous, yeah, for sure. It feels like that doesn't make sense. Well, we're gonna pretend like it makes sense, because otherwise there's literally no story here. Alright, do what you gotta do, man. So anyway, then this baby inside Bella starts growing super fast, and it's killing her. I mean, she's wasting away. There's nothing but a skeleton left. Oh, very spooky. She has a skeleton inside of her. Well, yeah, I mean, everybody does. Oh, can you imagine? Very spooky. Anyway, so it really seems like this baby's gonna kill Bella before it's even born, but then they give her some blood in a sippy straw, and she's like, yum, yum, yum. What? Oh, also the werewolves are mad now, because they think this baby's gonna be a threat to them, so they want to kill it. Why would they think that? Well, because new vampires have a hard time controlling their thirst. Okay, they're aware that Bella's also gonna be turned into a vampire, right? They are, yeah, but that's different. How? Well, she's the main character. Oh, right, okay. Anyways, the So eventually Edward has to give Bella a C-section using his teeth for some reason, and he injects her with his venom, but it really looks like she's dead. Oh, bummer. And Jacob is so mad he decides to kill the baby, but as soon as he makes eye contact with it, he's like, oh... What? Yeah, he immediately imprints on a newborn. He's like, oh, are we gonna kiss right now? I don't like that. Oh, don't worry, sir. It's not weird at all, because Jacob's gonna help raise the child before getting romantically involved with it. I mean, you know that that's somehow worse, right? You know that. Okay, sir, but you have to remember. What? Money? Oh, yeah, money. Okay, yeah, no, yeah, I'm back into this. Okay, good. So the Wolfman will raise the baby and then sleep with it, and our teenage audience will pay to come watch that. Okay, keep going. Well, okay, so then Bella's gonna turn into a vampire, and then we cut to credits. Very exciting. And then as a mid-credit scene, we're gonna have the Volturi vampires be like, oh, we're gonna be in the next movie. Watch out. We literally keep ending movies that way. We do, but this time it's true. Oh, well, great. So what happens in part 2? Well, Bella's a vampire now, and she's gonna run around the woods with Edward looking to hunt. How do you think we'll be able to improve those terrible running effects we've been doing? No need, sir. People will have already paid for their tickets, and it's the last movie. That's a good point. Why bother? Let's save some money. But then Bella's gonna smell a human, and she's gonna have to fight her newborn vampire instincts to try and not kill this guy. Oh, is that gonna be hard for her to do? Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, she's able to repress those urges immediately. Didn't we say it takes most vampires decades to do that? We did, yeah, but she's the main character, so she's special. That makes sense. So then she's gonna meet her baby for the first time, which I figure we could do entirely in CGI. Yeah, sounds like that might haunt people's dreams a little bit. You know, there's definitely a risk of that, but I still think we should go ahead and just make this thing on a computer, see what happens. Works for me. So anyway, then the Volturi are gonna get word that this baby exists, and they're gonna think that it's something called an immortal child. What's an immortal child? It's like a vampire baby that's really powerful. We're gonna be pretty vague about it, but they want it dead for sure. Is it an immortal child? It's not, no. So then the Cullens go around the world and gather up a bunch of vampire friends, and all these people have different superpowers. Oh, they do? They do, yeah. There's one with the power of electricity, there's one with elemental control powers. This is just gonna straight up be an X-Men movie now, because there's not really anywhere else for the story to go. Oh, suddenly becoming X-Men is tight. So all these vampires come and train with the Cullens, and then it turns out that Bella has the power to shield people. That's why Edward was never able to read her mind. But Alice was able to see her future, and Jasper was able to affect her mood. Please don't think about any of this too much. Oh, okay, my bad. So then there's gonna be this big showdown in the snow between the Volturi and the good vampires and some werewolves. And how does that go? Well, the main Volturi guy, he cuts Carlisle's head off. Oh, he does? Yeah, and this big giant fight breaks out. Jasper gets decapitated. A bunch of Volturi lose their heads too. One of the X-Men creates this big hole in the earth. A bunch of them fall into lava. Did this movie just get good? And then Edward and Bella, they take down the main Volturi guy, and they cut his head off too, and Bella goes to set it on fire. I think this movie just got good. And then it turns out it was all just a vision that Alice was showing the main Volturi guy, so you know, none of it happened. What are we doing here, man? Money? Oh, right, money. Okay, yeah, no, I love it. Yeah. But didn't we say that Alice wasn't able to see visions with werewolves around? Please don't think about this too much. Oh, right, I keep thinking about things. I need to not do that. Yeah, and so Bella and Edward live happily ever after, and Jacob gets to hook up with the child he helped raise. Money. And so what do you think? Well, you know, I think the Twilight books have definitely spawned as many movies as they possibly can, and it's probably best if nothing else comes of them. I don't see how anything else could come of them, sir. Hi, it's Ryan here. Thanks for watching that pitch meeting. I hope you liked it. And hey, while you're on the internet, why not check out Screen Rant's Behind the Screen podcast? Real fun conversations about all kinds of stuff relating to movies and TV, deep dives, movie facts, things you didn't know about your favorite movies. Check it out. It's a good time. And as always, check back soon for a new video. Okay, bye now.
There was an assassin, a spy, an avenger. Before that, I had a family. We have unfinished business.
We fight with you. Your right.
No. Yes.
So you have have a Superman script for me? Yes, sir, I do. That sounds like fun. No. Yeah, no, it's gonna be real serious and real gritty. Oh, it is? Right, because remember how the Dark Knight trilogy made a bunch of money? Are you kidding me? That's all I think about ever. Yeah, so I figured we could do that dark, gritty origin thing again, but this time with Superman. Do you think it matters that Superman is much more of a hopeful and colorful hero than the Dark Knight? I don't think anything matters. Interesting worldview. Alright, so what happens in the movie? Well, the planet Krypton is about to explode, so Superman's dad, Jor-El, is planning on sending him off to Earth. Aren't any other Kryptonians gonna leave the planet too? No, Jor-El tells this council that everyone on this planet is already dead. If they're gonna put a baby Superman on a spaceship, why can't they put other people on spaceships too? Because. Fair enough. Anyway, then this bad guy Zod is gonna try to take over and they're gonna stop him. Oh, so what do they do with him? Well, they banish him from the planet. So they can launch a baby into space and they can launch bad guys into space, but they have to stay on a planet that's gonna explode. That's what we're going with. Well, okay then. Anyway, so Superman's gonna be raised as Clark Kent in Kansas, and his adoptive father wants him to keep his identity a secret. Okay. So when Clark is a kid and he saves a bunch of kids from drowning, his dad's like, maybe you shouldn't have done that. What? Yeah, he's like, you know, your secret is that important. You probably should have just stood around and watched all your classmates drown. Wow, he must really care about that secret. Yeah, so anyway, then he tells Clark about the time that he brought a bit of his spaceship stuff to a specialist who told him it wasn't from this Earth. Wait, so Clark has to keep it a secret, but he can bring some space junk to a guy? That's right. Wow, super unfair. And then we're gonna have this thing where Pa Kent dies in a tornado because he doesn't want Clark to help him. Why? Because if a person saves someone from a tornado, that person is automatically an alien. Feels like there might be other conclusions people would come to before that one. Well, Pa Kent doesn't want to risk it, so he lets himself die. Huh. Anyway, so when Clark is older, he's confronted by this jerk at a truck stop bar, and he restrains himself from kicking the guy's butt. Oh, that's great. It's important to show that he's the bigger man, and plus this way he won't draw attention to himself. Yeah, but then he's gonna impale the guy's truck on some massive logs. What? Yeah, then he leaves. That's much more suspicious and also makes him seem like a petty character. Yeah, but it's gonna look cool visually. Oh, it is? Okay, never mind the story and character and theme. Great. So what else happens in the movie? Is Lois Lane in it? You bet, and she also has superpowers. What do you mean? Well, she can survive in -40 weather with no problem at all. She can teleport across the city to show up where she needs to be, and she's somehow able to resist the pull of a massive gravity machine. Those are some pretty impressive powers. Yeah, so anyway, later in the movie, Superman and Zod are gonna have this massive fight in Metropolis. So Clark is gonna lure Zod away from the city? No, he's gonna punch him through some buildings. Okay, but then he's gonna lure him away from the city? No, he's gonna punch him through some buildings for 40 minutes. Oh my god. Yeah, so many people are gonna die you don't even know. Feels like it's gonna be difficult to keep a fight scene interesting for 40 minutes. Actually, super easy, barely an inconvenience. Oh really? Yeah, we're gonna keep things spicy by throwing in some, you know, extremely generic dialogue. How generic are we talking? Well, Zod's gonna be like, there's only one way this thing ends, Cal. Either I die or you do. Wow. And also Clark is gonna be like, you're a monster, Zod, and I'm gonna stop you. That is so incredibly generic, I love it. Also, Superman and Lois Lane are gonna kiss. Why? Well, he saved her from falling, and also they're like an iconic couple, right? Right, but did we build up a romance between them in the movie? Not really. And aren't they standing in the middle of a bunch of dead bodies and destroyed buildings? Yeah, it's gonna be super romantic. You have a pretty weird concept of romance. Yeah, I had a weird childhood. Weird childhoods are tight. Oh yeah, brother. So how does the movie end? Well, Zod is about to use his heat vision to kill a family, so Superman has to stop him before he does. So he grabs him and flies away with him? No. He uses super speed to get the family out of the way? No, sir, he doesn't. He steps in front of the blast and takes the hit himself? No, he breaks Zod's neck. What? Yeah, and then he screams because he's so upset that he had to do that. Feels like there were a lot of other options, though. Whoops, whoopsie. Anyway, so yeah, then the city's destroyed and thousands of people are dead and Superman killed someone. Wow, how are we gonna deal with the aftermath of that? We're not. We're gonna jump forward in time. Oh, we're not gonna deal with the consequences? No, that would be super difficult. Very much an inconvenience. Fair enough. Yeah, maybe in a future movie or something, I don't know. Well, okay then. So yeah, we're gonna jump forward in time and have Superman destroy a $12 million military drone and be like, stop following me, you jerks. Wow. And then he's gonna get hired at the Daily Planet despite having no experience, and people aren't gonna realize that he's Superman? No, because he has glasses. Oh, I figured since we were going the gritty route, we would do away with that whole glasses hide his identity thing. No, that stays. If you say so. So what do you think? Well, honestly, man, as long as this lays the groundwork for the DCEU, I'm happy, you know? I hear ya. Justice League movie, here we come. Oh yeah, that's when we're really gonna cash in on these superheroes.
What if the embodiment of mortality and the merc with a mouth fell in love? settled down, and created a life together. Now that question isn't as absurd as you might think. Death and Deadpool's romance is a long-running affair. It makes sense, really. Death can't have Deadpool because Deadpool can't die. And as the lyric goes, you want what you can't have. Through that love and a pinch of cosmic magic, this alternate universe version of Death's essence is reborn. The result? The daughter of Death and Deadpool. Deathpool, naturally.
So we're bringing Batman into the DCEU. That's right. And you know what I was thinking? Everybody's already kind of seen Batman's origin story. Oh yeah, everybody's seen that like 1,000 times. Exactly, so I figure let's do it again. Oh, yeah, but this time we'll do it super slowly. Ooh, slow motion? That is so cool. Yeah, you like slow-mo? Oh, yes, I do. In fact, let's use it in all the scenes. Every scene. Oh, really? Every scene? Yeah. I mean, the script is already kind of long. I feel like that might extend the runtime to over 3 hours. Well, we could just cut out some scenes at random then. At random? What if some important stuff gets cut? Even better. What do you mean? Well, if people want the movie to make more sense, they can pay for an Ultimate Edition. Oh, that's smart, right? Or maybe evil? No, it's smart. Okay, gotcha. So anyway, what happens in the movie? Well, first off, Batman is mad at Superman because when Superman was fighting Zod in Man of Steel, somebody close to him got killed. Was it Robin? No. Alfred? Nope. Lucius? Well, who was it? It was Jack. Who's Jack? He works at Wayne Enterprises as a financial advisor. Is he like from the comics or something? No, I made him up. Gotcha. Anyway, we're gonna have Lex Luthor orchestrate a plan to get Batman and Superman to fight each other. Oh, Lex Luthor is in this. Yeah, but this isn't your typical Lex Luthor. How so? Well, he's young, he has hair, he likes candy, and he makes really high-pitched Mickey Mouse noises like... Oh, so he's like a toddler. No, he's like 30. Wow, so what's his plan? Oh, it's super simple. First, he has to find out the secret identities of Batman and Superman, then lure Lois Lane to Africa to interview a rebel general, but then sabotage it by outing a CIA operative named Jimmy so they can capture Lois and Superman shows up. Then he has to make sure all the rebels get murdered and that Superman gets blamed for the whole thing. Also, he has to make sure that someone from that African village will lie to Congress about that so they force Superman to testify. Then he's gonna force-feed candy to a guy and ask Congress for an import license because he wants to use kryptonite to make a weapon in exchange for access to General Zod's body, and also he needs to steal Zod's fingerprints. Then, since Batman brands criminals for some reason, Luthor will hire other inmates to kill those criminals in jail because that'll make Superman want to investigate Batman instead of doing his actual job, which is to cover football for the paper. Then he has to send some crazy stuff in the mail, then invite both of them to the same event and introduce them to each other in a very excited and suspicious way, even though there's no real reason to be introducing Bruce Wayne to low-level journalist Clark Kent. Then Lex has to blow up the Capitol building via a rigged wheelchair and a former Wayne employee, so people will be mad that Superman didn't stop the explosion somehow. Lex assumes that this will send Batman over the edge, and luckily for him it does. Then Lex will access the Kryptonian spaceship for his backup plan of combining his DNA with Zod's body to make a giant monster with alien science or whatever. He'll call that thing Doomsday, kidnap Lois Lane, kidnap Superman's mom, tell Superman to kill Batman or she dies. Then hope that Superman doesn't explain the situation to Batman and that they just fight each other. Oh. Okay, simple enough. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Cool. Yeah, so instead of explaining the situation right away to Batman, Superman will be like, Bruce, I gotta talk to you. Bruce, listen. Listen to me, Bruce. Bruce, this is important. Bruce, I'm gonna say something important. And so then they fight? Yes, they do. For a couple of minutes. Very cool. But then Batman finds out that Superman's mom has the same name as his mom. That makes them stop fighting? Yeah, because it makes Batman realize, oh, this guy has a mom. He can't be that bad. Every concern I had about this super powerful alien is gone. Interesting. And so they're gonna team up to fight the giant doomsday monster that Lex somehow knew how to make. How does that go? Well, they managed to kill it, but Superman dies in the process. Oh, well, I mean, he's not really dead, right? Of course not, obviously. But we will spend a long time pretending like he is, even though nobody's gonna buy that. Cool, so listen, we also have to kind of use this movie to set up the Justice League film. Is that gonna be hard to shoehorn in there? No, super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Really? Yeah, actually way ahead of you on that one. Batman is gonna meet Wonder Woman at Lex's party. Oh, why is she there? Because. Gotcha, and they're gonna go on kind of a side quest to uncover the other heroes? No, but what they will do, and people are gonna love this, is send each other some emails. Why are people gonna love that? Well, think about it. What is the big thing missing from the modern superhero movie? I feel like you're gonna say emails, but emails. People want to see superheroes email each other. All right, I mean, you seem really excited about emails. Oh, I am. Great, well, I hope people share your excitement. Yeah, so these emails are gonna have attachments of video files showing the other heroes. You know what? I guess that is pretty cool, right? Yeah, it's much more efficient than taking the time to set up these characters before jumping into the big team-up movie. Oh yeah, Marvel wishes they thought of an email scene. Oh yeah, they're kicking themselves. So what do you think of the movie overall? Doesn't matter. What do you mean? Look, we have Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman in the same movie. We could do anything we want and everyone's gonna love it. Oh, really? Listen to me. Everyone. So, you have a new comic book movie script for me? Yes, sir, I do. It's called Suicide Squad. Sounds dark. What's it about? Well, first off, there's a guy who's like, hey, what if Superman had decided to rip the roof off of the Oval Office and fly away with the president? Who would have stopped him? Oh, that sounds like it's gonna be a tough question to answer. Nope, super easy. Barely an inconvenience, actually. Oh, really? Well, this woman, Amanda Waller, realizes the only way to stop that from happening is to form a team comprised of a crazy lady with a baseball bat, a dude who's good with guns, a guy who can shoot fire but doesn't wanna, an alcoholic Australian with a stick, a reptile, and also a witch who does weird things with her hips. What kind of things? Like if you tried to take your pants off without using your hands, it would probably look something like this. Wow, so this is like a lot of characters to introduce. Yeah, but I figure we could just freeze on them for a few seconds each and throw a bunch of text on the screen. And people are gonna have time to read all that? Well, I guess when people watch it at home, they can hit pause and read it. What about the people that paid to see it in theaters? Oh, well, they'll just have to deal with not having character development. Fair enough. And so the idea is that these people would be able to stop Superman from stealing the president. That's what we're going with. Okay, well, sounds like an interesting group of heroes. Oh no, they're all incarcerated criminals. What? Yeah, Amanda Waller has to force them all to join the team by putting tiny bombs in their necks. Why would she want a team of bad guys? Are all the heroes dead or something? No, actually, Batman and the Flash have cameos. Oh, so they show up and help the Suicide Squad once they turn good? No, they're the ones who put the Suicide Squad in jail. Okay, I'm a little confused. Well, part of the concept is that the government will use them for covert missions, and if something goes wrong, they just blame everything on the Suicide Squad. Oh, okay, I got you. So what do they go up against in the movie? Well, the witch Enchantress goes rogue, and so she makes a giant doomsday sky beam, and she also has an army of zombies with blackberries for heads. And Enchantress is part of the Suicide Squad. That's right. So it really is the fault of the bad guys. They don't even have to pretend. Well, technically, the witch isn't a bad guy. She's just an archaeologist that got possessed by a spirit. So if they don't manage to stop the magic archaeologist, she's gonna destroy the world. Right. And so if that happens, the government will be like, well, don't look at us. This was all the work of a lady with a baseball bat and a guy with a gun and a reptile and a fire guy and an Australian alcoholic. Right, with the stick. Okay, any other characters I should know about? Well, there's the Joker. Oh, the Joker is in this. Yeah, he is, but this isn't your typical Joker. How so? He's got, slick back hair, and he wears expensive clothes, and he likes clubbing. So he's, a douchebag. Exactly. But he's not just a douchebag, He's also very damaged. How are we gonna get that across? We're gonna tattoo the word damaged on his forehead. That'll do it. Yeah, he actually has a lot of clever tattoos like that. What are some of the other ones? Well, he's got, a laughing mouth on his hand. Oh, because he's the Joker. Right, and he also has a Joker skull on his chest. Okay, yeah, because he's the Joker. Yeah, and he has the word Joker written on his stomach. That makes a lot of sense because he's the Joker. Yeah, and on his chest and arms, he also has ha 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 ha, ha ha ha, ha 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 ha, ha 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 ha. Yeah, because he's the Joker. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, I hadn't thought of that, but that also works that way. Very cool. So what's his role in the movie? Oh, he's barely gonna be in it. Oh, yeah, he's just gonna kind of show up once in a while hey everyone, look how crazy I am. Whoa. Okay, interesting. And then during the big mission, he's gonna help Harley Quinn escape in a helicopter. Oh, well, that's important. Yeah, but it's not gonna work and the chopper is gonna crash and explode almost immediately. Okay, so he really has no effect on the plot whatsoever. No, you could cut him out and the plot would be exactly the same. Well, I guess killing the Joker in a helicopter crash is gonna be a big surprise. Oh, he's not gonna die. Really? He's gonna survive a helicopter crash. Yeah, helicopter crashes in this movie aren't really a big deal. Oh, they're not lethal? No, not at all. It's actually kind of just how people get to the ground. Wow, so how does the movie end? Well, the squad have to kill Enchantress, but first they have to fight her brother, who's like a thing. So Fire Guy is like, good news everyone, I'm secretly a big fire guy. That's a good twist. Yeah, so Big Fire Guy lures Witch Brother into a corner where an army guy is gonna blow them all up. Wow, but I guess an explosion wouldn't hurt the Big Fire Guy. Oh yeah, no, he dies. Oh really? So everyone in the squad is like, oh no, Fire Guy. Nobody cares about the army guy sacrificing himself too? Not even a little. That's cold. Yeah, so then they kill Enchantress, they go back to jail, and that's it. That's it? Yep. So what do you think? Well, the only part that feels a little weird to me is the fact that the Joker is in the movie, but he's not the main villain. Okay. So I just want to double check. You're absolutely sure that that's the right way to go about this? 100%. I will stand by that decision till the day I die. Well then, let's do it. Great.
First reading, a bill for an act to implement Article 6 of the Universal Declaration on...
So you have a Wonder Woman script for me? Yes, sir, I do. So we're gonna see Diana as a little girl on Themyscira, which is an island full of badass warrior women. And they all have this sacred duty to protect mankind. Very cool. Yeah, it's too bad I'm gonna have to give them all silly accents. What? Well, Gal Gadot can't really do any other accents than her own, so we're gonna have to, you know, make everyone talk a little silly. Well, what kind of accent are we talking? Not gonna lie, it's gonna sound a little like Borat. My wife. Very nice, Diana. I like. Alright, so anyway, Diana's mom tells her all about this god named Ares that killed all the other gods and wants men to destroy each other. Okay. And Zeus left the Amazons with a weapon powerful enough to kill a god. And there's also gonna be a lot of talk about how Diana can't know who she truly is. So is Diana the god killer? Well, yeah, damn it. Sorry, was that a twist? Yeah, it's like a big twist later. Is it that obvious? Oh, yeah. Oh, well, maybe it'll surprise some people. Nah, damn. But wait, if Diana's mom doesn't want her to find out who she truly is, why does she even tell her about Ares and a god killer in the first place? Well, she tells her that this sword is the god killer. Okay, but instead of doing that, why not just not tell her about any of it at all? Well, because I have to have Diana learn this stuff for the movie's plot to happen. Couldn't she stumble upon some ancient text or something, instead of having the one person who doesn't want her to look into this stuff be the one to tell her all about this stuff? Right, I guess that would make more sense, but I want to have these cool drawings show up on the screen while she's explaining it. Oh, that sounds cool. Okay, keep it like that. Great. So anyway, one day Diana's looking out to sea and she sees a guy named Steve Trevor crash his plane and then she saves him. Did you have anyone in mind to play him? Maybe we could get one of those hot Chris's? Oh, which one? Chris Pratt? He's Marvel. Chris Hemsworth? Also Marvel. Chris Evans? He's Marvel. Chris Nolan? He's a director. Chris Plummer? That's an old guy. Christina Applegate? That's a woman. Chris Miss? That's a holiday. Chris Christie? Politician. Christian Mingle? Dating website? Well, maybe that Star Trek guy. Chris Maple? Wrong tree. Chris Santhemum? That's a flower. Chris Pine? That's the one. Oh yeah, I could get Chris Pine. We're actually good friends. Well, great. So anyway, this guy's being chased by some Germans. Uh-oh. And then Steve tells them about World War I. They don't know about World War I? Apparently not. Isn't it their sacred duty to protect mankind? You'd think they'd stay up to date with, like, weapons and world conflicts. You'd think so, but it seems like they were more focused on doing, like, backflips and stuff. Fair enough, backflips are tight. They're really good at backflips. Well, that's great. So Steve also tells them about these two bad guys, Ludendorff and Dr. Poison, who made some really deadly gas. What's their backstory? They're evil. Ooh, that's good. So Diana decides that Ares is causing World War I, and she wants to go with Steve to end it. I have to say, it's pretty cool to have a man land on an island where it's all women and not fall into the territory of, like, immature sex jokes. And before they leave, she's gonna see his penis. Okay, right, there it is. And she's never seen one before, so it's funny. Yeah, I got it. So Steve must be, like, losing his mind finding out that gods are real. Not really. He's kind of like, huh, that's neat. Well, he's not wrong. So they're gonna go to London together to tell Steve's bosses about the gas. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's no time to waste. No, there's not. But we are gonna have a fun little shopping montage where she tries on some dresses. Shopping montages are fun. Are some of the dresses gonna be silly? Some of them are gonna be silly. That is fresh. Also, some German spies are gonna try to kill Steve. Uh-oh. Yeah, but Steve and Diana are gonna knock them all unconscious except for one. What happens to him? Well, Wonder Woman tries to question him, but he kills himself with cyanide. Oh, well, there are other guys that are just unconscious, so she can question them, right? Yeah, I guess so. But she's not gonna do that. Oh. So then Diana and Steve present their information to the government people, and they're like, we have to do something, and the government people are like, meh. So they're gonna take matters into their own hands. They're gonna take matters into their own hands. Taking matters into your own hands is tight. Yeah, so Steve's gonna assemble a crack team of soldiers, and what's interesting about them is that None of them have character arcs. Oh, what do you mean? Well, for example, one of them's gonna have PTSD and not be able to fire a shot, and we're not gonna pay that off in the end by having him overcome it and take an important shot. Nope. Interesting choice. So then they're gonna go to No Man's Land. What's that? It's a place where soldiers haven't been able to gain an inch of ground because there are a bunch of Germans with machine guns. Okay. So Wonder Woman steps out and they all start shooting at her. Wow. So Steve is like, she's taking all the fire, let's go. Won't the Germans just start shooting at other people too? They will not. They're very focused at pointing all their firepower at this half-naked woman. Oh, and do any of the bullets hit her? Not one. They all seem to shoot at her at shoulder level, so it's easy to block. What a weird strategy. And then her and Steve are gonna save a small town together. I gotta say, it's refreshing to have a man and a woman working together in this movie without all the romantic stuff you usually see, and then her and Steve are gonna bone. Oh, they are? Yeah. And from there, everything's gonna get real silly. How so? Well, like they find out that Ludendorff is throwing a big party, right? Right. And Steve gets in by speaking English with a German accent and pretending like he lost his invitation. Oh, that is silly. Yeah. Well, I mean, there is this thing in movies called the translation convention where foreign characters speak to each other in English just as kind of a way to avoid subtitles. Yeah, I mean, that'd be okay, but we are going to have subtitles in other parts of the movie. Oh, yeah, and German soldiers are going to yell at each other in German, so it's a thing. So Steve is really just using the fact that the German high command speak English to each other as a way to move the plot forward. Right. And so then Wonder Woman is also going to sneak into the party after forcibly undressing a woman and leaving her in the woods. And she's not even going to try to do an accent. Oh, does she get caught? No, she's going to slow dance with Ludendorff, and unprompted, he's going to start talking about Greek gods. Why would he do that? Yeah, it's super unnatural, but I want the audience to think he's Ares. Ah. So then Ludendorff is going to gas the small town from earlier, and Wonder Woman's going to get mad. Not very nice of him. And then she's going to kill him and be kind of devastated that the whole war doesn't just come to an end after he dies. Oh, that's actually good. We'll have her realize that not all men are good, and everyone's to blame in war, and then the real Ares is going to show up. Oh, it seemed like you had a really cool message going. Yeah, but then I didn't. Right. And so it turns out that this whole time Ares was this mustached government guy, Sir Patrick. Wow, well, what happens next? They're gonna have a huge fight and use crazy powers and throw stuff at each other and pew, 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 and lights and pew. Well, what are Diana's powers exactly? We're gonna keep it really vague, so anytime she does something, people will be like, oh, I guess she can do that. Smart. And then Steve Rogers is gonna sacrifice himself in an airplane. Did you say Steve Rogers? Nope. And so then Wonder Woman levels up thanks to the power of love. Wow. And Ares is gonna be like, I will destroy you. I mean, you're gonna come up with a better line than that, right? Uh-huh. Yep. I will. And then what happens? Well, then she's gonna kill Ares and the whole war is gonna stop. So it really was all the fault of Ares. Mm-hmm. Doesn't that kind of trivialize the significance of World War I? Maybe. And how does it end? Diana's gonna fly away. It's gonna be really nice. Oh, she can fly now. Sure, why not? Very cool. So what do you think? Well, I feel like it's really significant that we're doing a female-led superhero film, you know? Yeah, we're making big strides. Exactly. It's about time that women get equal treatment in Hollywood, and it starts with us.
This platform is helping Australians from all backgrounds. Musk was a guest on TV and shared information about the newest project that nobody expected. He finally told Australians how they can participate in his latest project.
Okay, so tell me about this Justice League script. Okay, so there's this bad guy named Steppenwolf, right? What's his backstory? Barely matters, but he wants to destroy the world, so he has to get these boxes together. And that's gonna be hard for him to do? Oh no, super easy, barely an inconvenience. Great, what's he look like? Well, in the comics, he's got like a goatee and a helmet with horns. Okay, you don't like it? No, I'm just kind of picturing something more like the back of Professor Quirrell's head in Harry Potter. You know when Voldemort's kind of just living on there? Does that sound good? Yeah, sounds perfect. So tell me more about these boxes. Well, they're called mother boxes. Mother boxes. Yeah, and Steppenwolf's gonna say mother kind of a lot, like more than you'd think he would. Okay, can we also have him say some like super generic bad guy sayings? Oh yeah, there's a ton of that in here. At one point he's like, this world will fall. So generic, I love it. At another point he's like, primitive beings. Perfect. Okay, now tell me about the Justice League itself. Right, so Batman figures out that something bad is going on, so he has to convince the other heroes to join his team. And that's gonna be hard for him to do? No, super easy, barely an inconvenience. Oh, yeah, well Wonder Woman's already on board, and then the Flash straight up says yes, and then they're like, we have to find Cyborg, and Cyborg shows up like, hey, I'm Cyborg, what's going on? And Aquaman? Oh, Aquaman, that's where things get spicy here. I'm listening. Okay, so follow me on this. Aquaman is gonna say no at first. Right, and so people watching will be like, wait, is Aquaman not gonna join the League? That is good. But then he's gonna change his mind. Almost immediately. And what are all the characters like? Like, is Batman still moody? No, Batman kind of cracks jokes now, and he really, really misses Superman. But weren't they friends for like a minute in Batman v Superman? That was enough. He calls him Clark now. like they were best friends. Fair enough. Then there's Wonder Woman. Okay, so her movie was really empowering for women, so we really have to emulate that again. Way ahead of you. So we're gonna have the Flash trip and fall onto her boobs. Great. There's gonna be a little moment where the Flash is lying on top of her, and it's gonna be really funny. Because that's how people do sex. Exactly. People are gonna like that. Yeah, and then we have Aquaman talk about how hot she is, and then we have some of the Amazons fighting in bikinis. So basically that sends the same message as Wonder Woman. Yeah, basically I think so. And what about Aquaman? Don't people think he's kind of lame in the comics? Oh yeah, no, he's a badass in the movie though. Check out this line of his. My man. Oh, that doesn't sound lame. No, he's a badass now. He also drinks alcohol. That is so cool. Drinking alcohol is super cool. Listen, this all sounds great so far, but it feels like something's missing. Superman. I mean, yeah, but he's dead, right? Yeah, but they're gonna bring him back from the dead. Oh my god. It's gonna be really fun. He's gonna be really mad at Batman. But didn't you just say they were best friends at the end of the movie? Yeah, but he kinda needs to hate him because we want to have them fight. Wait, Superman and Batman fight against each other. I know it sounds pretty crazy, but I think we can try some new stuff in this movie. Okay, now even though this is kind of a big plot thing, we can still have Henry Cavill promote the movie, right? Oh, sure. That's not gonna, like, ruin the surprise, is it? No, I think people will still be surprised, because in the movie you say he's dead, right? Exactly, so people will be like, oh, I guess Henry Cavill's not in this movie. Right, so maybe he just did those interviews as, like, a fan. And then they bring him back to life, and people will be like, what? Perfect. And how does the movie end? Oh, they just kind of stop Steppenwolf. There's no consequences? No, they just kind of fight his parademon things and then they stop him. I feel like there should be some consequences, or maybe just like a feeling that the stakes are high. I can add in a Russian family that gets scared. That'll do it. Great. I gotta say, I think we have a winner here. Me too. So, you have an Aquaman script for me? Yes, sir, I do. And as you know, Aquaman is cool now. Of course, he drank alcohol in Justice League and said, my man. Exactly. So just to quickly reestablish how cool he is, I thought we could put some heavy metal guitar riffs when he shows up at the beginning. Would that actually work? Oh yeah, check this out. Oh, very cool, right? Yeah, I suddenly feel like watching what you do for a little over 2 hours. Okay, well, I have a colonoscopy scheduled for right after this meeting, but you're free to tag along. I'll definitely do that. So what happens in the movie? Well, we're gonna establish Aquaman's backstory by spending some time with his parents. And what's their deal? Aquaman's dad is this guy named Thomas, and he's a lighthouse keeper. Okay. And one day he notices something very peculiar wash up on shore. So he sleeps with it? I mean, yes, but I didn't tell you it was a living being that washed up on shore. How'd you know that he sleeps with it? It's just the natural order of things, you know. A man discovers something new, and immediately it's like, I gotta find a way to make love to this. Well, yeah, that is pretty much how it goes. So it turns out it was this lady from Atlantis named Atlanta that washed up. Wow. And she eats his pet goldfish, so instantly he's like, oh, let's make a baby. Eating people's pets is super romantic. So then we're gonna jump forward in time and have a submarine filled with military seamen be attacked by pirates. Oh, seamen is tight. R. Ah, is that what the pirates sound like? No, that's the word you should have used instead of is to downgrade that sentence from disgusting to just weird. Whoops. Whoopsie. So anyway, in the middle of the submarine takeover pirate mission, an older pirate gives his son a knife. Oh, he does? Yeah, and he tells him a story about his grandfather, and they have a nice bonding moment. It's really nice. Seems like the kind of thing he would have done before or after the mission. Well, he's gonna do it right in the middle of it. Well, okay then. And then Aquaman's gonna come on board to stop them, and they're gonna try to kill him. Amazing. And then the daddy pirate's gonna get pinned and the submarine's gonna be filling up with water. Uh-oh. So then the son is like, Aquaman, you need to help him. He's gonna die. How could he possibly expect Aquaman to help after trying to murder him? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but this way we have a motivation for the son to become Black Manta. Oh, Black Manta. People love that character from the comics. Yeah, he's like Aquaman's nemesis, so he's gonna be really badass, and there's gonna be a huge fight between him and Aquaman. Amazing. That's gonna be a great way to end the movie. Oh no, it's gonna happen like halfway through the movie, and then he's gonna be gone till the mid-credits. Oh, that's very disappointing. Maybe we should just save the character for the sequel, you know? Really do him justice? No, fair enough. Anyway, the main bad guy is this dude named Orm. And what's his deal? Well, he's Aquaman's half-brother, and he wants to wage war on the land dwellers because we've been throwing trash in the ocean. Oh, so what does he do? Well, he does this really cool thing where he makes tsunamis and sends all the trash back on shore. Oh, that's pretty neat, right? Why didn't he do that in the first place? What do you mean? I mean, if sending trash back to shore was an option, why didn't they do that right away, you know? Prevent the the oceans from being polluted at all? I don't know. The land dwellers would have been like, oh, I guess you can't dump trash in the ocean, it comes right back. Yeah, I guess that would have saved the lives of a whole bunch of sea creatures and prevented this whole thing. Probably. Anyway, Aquaman is gonna challenge him to a big fight. Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, it's like this big event. There's a huge crowd of people watching and an octopus playing the drums. What? Yeah, they trained a giant octopus to play the drums. Pretty cool, right? If they could train an octopus to do stuff, why would they train it to be a musician? Listen, do you want to see a giant octopus play the drums or not? Of course I do. Well, then let's not think about this too much. Well, okay then. Anyway, so then Aquaman and this lady Mira need to find a trident so Aquaman can become king. Okay. So they're gonna go to the Sahara Desert and Sicily and Jurassic Park. Oh, surprise dinosaurs are the best kind. So the movie's basically gonna jump back and forth between crazy action scenes and the characters delivering a bunch of exposition to each other. Wow, it must be difficult to jump back and forth between exposition and action. Actually, super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, once enough information has been delivered in a scene, I'll just have the conversation be cut off by an explosion. Oh, well, that's one cool way to transition. What other ways are we gonna use? Other explosions. That works. Yeah, over and over again. And then Aquaman is gonna find his mom that he thought was dead and then get his hands on the trident. Wow. And then we're gonna have a giant CGI battle with a bunch of sharks and lasers and sea creatures. That sounds crazy. Yeah, it's gonna be like watching Star Wars and Tron at the same time while sitting inside an aquarium that's way over capacity. Amazing. And then Aquaman is gonna fight Orm, but their mom is gonna pop out, so Orm is gonna be like, oh, you're alive, that's great, I overreacted. Why did she wait so long to pop out? So we can have a giant CGI battle scene. Gotcha. And so, yeah, what do you think? Well, it sounds like a lot of fun, and I think the right soundtrack could really make this a thrill ride, you know? Oh, yeah? Yeah, I want to get some special tracks made for this, really get a reaction out of people. What kind of reaction are we talking? I'm talking about the kind of music choices that make people puke in their mouths. What? So, you have a Shazam script for me? Yes, sir, I do. And with people's reaction to the overall gloom of the DCEU, I thought we could make this one a little more funny and lighthearted. Well, that sounds like a great idea. I'll get Joss Whedon on the phone right now. Wait, what? No, why? To give him a bunch of money to punch this thing up. He made the Avengers, so it's a good move. Oh, I don't like the sound of that at all. It sounds like the result's gonna be a disjointed turd of a move. We're having him do it for Justice League. Oh, you are? Okay, well, I'm sure that's gonna be great then. Anyway, so that's a pass on Joss. You wanna handle the comedy yourself? Yeah, yes, please. Oh, you're crazy, man. That's why I like you. Well, okay then. So anyway, the movie's gonna follow this kid, Billy Batson, and he gets put in a foster home with a bunch of other kids. Okay. And he's not really into it, but this disabled boy, Freddy, is like, what's up? Let's be friends. I love superheroes. Oh, and Billy doesn't want to be friends? Nope, but then one day at school, some bullies show up. Oh, bullies are always entertaining in movies. What are they gonna do, give a wet willy? No, they're gonna hit the disabled kid with their car and then kick him in the stomach a bunch of times. Oh my god. Yeah, classic bullies. What are you gonna do? Okay, those aren't bullies. Those are literal psychopaths. Oh, did I go too intense with that? Whoops. Whoopsie. Anyway, Billy's gonna step in and hit them. I mean, anyone who witnessed something like that would step in. That's horrible. Actually, there's a big crowd of people watching. Oh, there is? Yeah, they don't do anything, and Billy only steps in because the bullies make a joke about moms. Oh, being a passive onlooker is tight. Uh-huh. So anyway, this wizard Shazam is looking for somebody pure of heart to be his champion and give his powers to. So he's like, oh, maybe this Billy kid, because he didn't let some psychopaths publicly beat a handicapped student? Yep, apparently that's enough to be considered. Very low standards. Yeah, so the wizard is like, say my name and take my powers, okay? Because I gotta die real quick. Oh, why does he have to die? Oh, well, because the bad guy Savannah messed him up and took away the 7 deadly sins demons that he was guarding and put them in his eyeball. Okay, I'll just take your word for it that that makes sense. Great. Although, couldn't the wizard have done anything to stop the Savannah guy from doing that? Yeah, he probably could have shot a lightning bolt at the guy. He was just a human, but he let him do his thing. Oh, interesting decision. So anyway, then Billy turns into a grown-up superhero. Wow. Yeah, and the wizard tells him, you know, you're gonna have the wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the wisdom of Solomon. So he's like super wise and smart as the hero? No, actually, he's gonna be much goofier as the hero than as the teenager. Oh, so that wisdom thing was just nothing? Pretty much, yeah. Oh, yeah, he's just gonna be super goofy and love soda pop and candy and dancing and stuff as the hero. Yeah, and as the kid, he's gonna be much more dark and sad and moody. Shouldn't we try to keep both versions of Billy the same character-wise? It's gonna come off as 2 different humans. Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna feel that way. Yeah, okay, you're not gonna fix it? Okay. So anyway, Billy teams up with Freddy to do a bunch of tests and figure out what his powers are. How do they do that? By conveniently stumbling upon random acts of violence. Oh yeah? Yeah, there happens to be a mugging in the park they're in, and there happens to be a robbery in the store they're in. Oh yeah, okay. But yeah, they're just gonna have a ton of fun with these tests. Very cool. Yeah, like we'll have Billy do whatever dance is popular with the kids at the time of shooting, and Freddy's gonna shoot the whole thing and put it up on a YouTube channel. Well, this does sound very fun. I have to say, I'm really enjoying how lighthearted and kid-friendly this whole thing sounds like it's gonna. And then Savannah throws his brother out a skyscraper window to his death, and another guy gets his head bit off by a demon. Oh my god. And his decapitated body gets thrown out the window too, and from outside the office, you can just see people get massacred through the tinted windows, begging for their lives. Why are you doing this? And in the midst of the corpses, Savannah's father is still alive, so he has a demon just tear him apart. That took such a turn. Yeah. It feels like tonally that was a massive shift. Is this a horror movie or a kid's movie? Both. Sometimes when I feel like it, I don't know. Maybe you should, pick a thing. No. Well, okay then. And by the way, these sin demons have to look really scary. Is that something we could pull off? Depends what you want them to look like. Well, for example, people didn't really like the CGI on Doomsday and Batman v Superman, so if it could be better than that, that'd be great. Okay. And would you settle for much worse than that? Yeah, sure, that works. Great. So tell me more about this villain. Oh, well, you know how in Marvel movies they do the thing where the bad guy has the same powers as the good guy, but he's evil? Of course, it's one of the main complaints about the MCU. Well, I figure, and hear me out here, we could do that too. Oh, well, I mean, Marvel does make money, so I guess I'm fully on board the generic villain train. Fantastic. So what else happens in the movie? Well, we're gonna have this thing where Freddy tells the bullies that he knows Shazam, but they don't believe him. Okay. So he's like, well, the superhero's gonna show up at lunch tomorrow, but then Billy flakes on him and doesn't go. Oh. Yeah, so Freddy can't prove that he's friends with a superhero, so he just gets the biggest wedgie. Why doesn't he just show them that he's the one running the YouTube channel where all the videos got posted and his voice is in all of them and he has the original camera they were filmed on? Oh, I don't know. Fair enough. So eventually Billy's gonna find his real mom that he's been looking for his whole life. Okay. And it turns out she intentionally abandoned him. Oh, she did? Yeah, they got split up at a carnival and then she saw him with some police officers and she was like, yeah, no, that's better. You can do that? Yeah, and apparently the police won't look into it at all. They won't ask around. They won't go to your home. They won't search for you with your maiden name. Wow, I didn't know abandoning a child was so easy. Oh, yeah, it's super easy. Barely in Hold on a second. Hey, honey. Oh. Yeah, did you know we could just abandon him? Like, just leave him in a public place? Yeah, no, I know he's our son. I thought we could have a lot more free time if we... No, I understand. Oh, okay. Okay, no, I'm sorry I suggested it. Okay, bye. Yeah, so my wife was not into that idea. Worth a shot, I guess. Anyway, so how does the movie end? Oh, well, Billy's gonna get progressively better with his powers, and then we're gonna have a big final fight between him and Savannah and the Sins. Oh, very cool. Yeah, the Sins can do this thing where they turn to smoke, apparently, so they're hard to grab onto. Wow. And then all of Billy's foster brother and sisters also get Shazam powers. Oh, very exciting, but isn't it gonna be hard for them to fight? I mean, Billy took the whole movie to learn his powers. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, this is the climax of the movie, so they're just gonna, automatically be great at it. Well, okay then. Yeah, so it's just gonna be a big slugfest. What do they do against the monsters move where they turn into smoke? Oh, the monsters are just not gonna do that anymore and also be much less violent than they were before. Oh, very considerate monsters. For sure. So then, yeah, the good guys win. Amazing. Then we're gonna have this end scene in the school cafeteria where Shazam walks in to see Freddy. Okay. And then we see Superman walk in all his glory. Henry Cavill's not available. And then we see Superman walk in from the shoulders down. There it is. And so, yeah, that's about it. Wow, well, it sounds like a lot of fun and also, sometimes suddenly horrifying. Yeah, sometimes. So who do you think we should get to play the villain? Well, villains are tricky, It's gonna take a lot of work. We gotta look around, find the right actor, someone who can be menacing, someone that's an unexpected choice. Man, that does sound like a lot of work. Or, we could just cast someone who's played comic book villains before. Oh, that sounds easier. Let's do that. So, you have a movie for me? Sorry, I do. I was thinking we could do a Birds of Prey movie featuring Harley Quinn. Oh, like she's gonna have a cameo? No, it's gonna be like 90% about Harley Quinn and how crazy she is. Oh, it is? Yeah, it's gonna be like Harley Quinn the movie. Oh, and also, by the way, Birds of Prey. Well, okay then. So what happens in this thing? Well, Harley Quinn and the Joker broke up, so now everybody that she wronged wants to kill her since she no longer has his protection. Oh, uh-oh. Yeah, there are just people coming after her left and right. It's chaos. Very exciting. Yeah, and I really want this to focus on Harley Quinn, but I did think it'd be cool if we had like a little Joker cameo. Right, yeah, I got your email about that. I actually made a couple calls, got the ball rolling. Amazing. People are gonna love that. They sure are. I wasn't sure which one you wanted though, so I went ahead and got Myrrh. What?
Hi guys, super excited for this.
Wow, 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 wow.
Wow, 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 wow.
What is going on?
I got you one of the Jokers, just like you wanted. If you wanted Sal, you should have specified Sal. Okay, I meant like the Joker, like the Jared Leto Joker. Oh, now that you say that, that makes a whole lot more sense.
Oh, whoops.
Whoopsie. All right, Myrrh, do you think you can find your way out?
Sure. Super easy.
barely an inconvenience. Okay, he stole my line. Yeah, he stole it. All right, bye. Bye. So can we get Jared Leto then? Oh, yeah, no, I don't want him figuring out my new address. He's gonna start sending me weird stuff again. Oh, yeah, that's probably smart. But what about Batman? Are we gonna have like a Batman cameo? Nope, but we are gonna have Bruce. Oh, like he's gonna show up as Bruce Wayne. No, Bruce is a hyena named after Bruce Wayne. Oh, so this movie's like crazy. Yeah. So what's the deal with this hyena? It's gonna be there, but then it's not, but then it is again. I love it. Anyway, so one of the people that wants Harley dead is this bad guy, Roman Sionis. And what's his deal? Well, he's evil. Isn't Harley Quinn like kind of evil as well? Yeah, but this guy's like over the top evil to make Harley look better to the audience. Gotcha. And this guy Sionis is like running the show in Gotham now in terms of crime. Where's the Joker? Out of town or something? I don't know, Florida? And what about other famous Gotham villains like Penguin or Riddler or Mr. Freeze? Well, sir, this is Gotham, but also, you know, extremely not. Oh, okay. So the Sionis guy captures Harley and he wants to cut her face off. That's the thing he does. Well, but also he wants this diamond that has like a valuable code in it. So Harley's like, don't kill me. I can go find the diamond for you. Where's this diamond? Inside a child. Oh my god. Yeah, this little pickpocket girl, Cassandra Cain, steals the diamond and then swallows it after being arrested. So she becomes just the most adorable plot device. And so this bad guy agrees to not kill Harley if she can go get the diamond. He does, and then also sends a bunch of bad guys after her too. If he wants her dead, why is he doing that? Why not just kill her while he has her? Because she's the main character. Right, of course. So anyway, Harley goes to the police station to get this girl and just destroys everybody with a beanbag launcher. With what? Like a beanbag launcher. It shoots confetti too. It's really fun. Don't any of these cops have, you know, guns? Apparently not. So then she goes to